This is Izzy Dakota Jones with the Outer Doing podcast for 2023, number 6, Brian Holden. Check out Brian Holden, great blues singer, songwriter, guitar player. He's coming up right now, number 6, Brian Holden. Okay, so I'm talking to Brian. Brian, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Okay, I'm just wondering about you've in the last time we talked, you just finished recording a brand new album. And what's the name of the album? What's the title?
This one is called the Brian Holden Band.
Oh, right on.
I was really running out of options here.
Right on. And so
it's a new album. It's 11 songs, and I get impressed on CDs just because when I was younger, I used to like to buy. I bought albums, and I'd sit there and look at the pictures and read on who played on it and where it was recorded and all that stuff, and I still like doing that. So I get impressed, and I give them away like business cards and sell them on the gigs and whatnot.
Right on, right on. So I mean, you've been gigging with your band quite a bit, right, over the last year, right?
A little bit. There's not an awful lot going on, but we still keep it together and play as much as we can. Yeah.
Yeah, and you were doing something really unique. You were also doing it outside in your front yard. That was really interesting.
It was, yeah. We started doing it like spring, summer, fall. We do it during COVID there, like once a week.
Wow.
And we just set up in the yard and play for the neighborhood. And I was actually worried about it because like 100 people showed up one night, and I thought I was going to get in trouble for such a gathering during the plague.
Yeah, 100 people. That's great.
We kept them outside of my yard, out onto the street and whatnot.
Right
it was
on.
fun. Yeah.
I know. The people in the neighborhood were, been telling me about. They go, "Oh, it's great." There's Brian playing with his band right on his front yard and front porch. I go, I know it's kind of fun, right? And the neighbors, I think your neighbors look forward for you doing it again this year too.
Yeah, we've been doing it for years. It's sort of a neighborhood tradition now, and I get special guests in, different players, and it's good. Yeah, usually guitar, bass, drums, keys, and saxophone.
Right on. Good. So and you were saying that your album on Reverb Nation, it's number 1 there right now in Canada.
It was number 1. I think it might be number 2 now or something.
Right on.
I'm not sure. I haven't checked actually, but it seems to be doing okay.
That's pretty good. No, that's really good. I mean, that shows that people are listening and they really like it. So that's a great thing, right?
Yeah. I think people are pretty starved for any kind of entertainment after the last few years of everybody just hanging out at home.
Yes, and talking about home there, you were saying earlier too to me there's a place in North Van or Lynn Valley where this guy does he has acts come and play right in his house, right? He's like a house gig.
Yeah, house concerts seem to be a thing, and there's this fellow Ron Wicke. He lives in Lynn Valley, North Vancouver, and he puts on these great parties at his house. Like it feels like a house party. You pay to get in. It's anywhere from $25 to $50 a head to get in, but he has really good bands playing, and he's got a beautiful house. And the band plays for an hour, then they take a break, and everybody goes and there's a big spread of food, and then the band comes up and plays for another hour or so. You know what? I've been to 3 of them now, and they're really fun. We're playing the next one, and they're a riot, actually, really fun. And the only people that go are real music lovers, so they're just cheering after every song. It's really a nice, warm thing, right?
That's cool. And you say people bring food and everything, so it becomes like kind of like really a festive kind of mood too, right?
Oh yeah, it's a riot. And then in the summer, I think he's got a big swimming pool in his backyard. So in the summer, I think they play outside. I think Tim Hersey and his band played outside last summer. Yeah, really, it's a great thing, and Ron does it out of the goodness of his heart. Basically, he's just a real music lover and a good guy, and it's really nice to see. I love it.
That's great. That's great. And now we'll get back to your album. How long did it take you to get this album recorded? And who played with you? Who played on it with you?
Well, myself, I did all the vocals and guitar and some percussion. Bill Buckingham played bass, some percussion and synth. Tom Keelingside and Steve Hilliam on saxophones.
Cool.
Daryl Havers on organ. It was recorded at the Palace Studios in Vancouver.
Yeah.
With Bill Buckingham, who's an amazing producer and engineer. And I wrote all the songs, and yeah, they're supposed to be dance music.
Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah.
You know, so I played at nightclubs all my life, so I kind of got an idea of what people want to hear as far as dance rhythms and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I always try and stick to that format.
Right on. That's cool.
Yeah.
And do you follow up right away with like you're already starting to write again? Are you following up again with doing some more writing and stuff, or you wait for a while until you feel the urge to start writing?
Well, I'm still. I never really stop.
Yeah, I figured that. Yeah.
You know what I do is I walk around the house all day with the guitar hanging around my neck and just playing and just fiddling around, noodling around on the guitar. And then I'll come up with a little phrase or a little progression, and I'll go, you know what, that sounds like it could be turn into something. And so I'll turn my phone onto like a video recording and just put it down and play the guitar into the phone. So it's I've got so I don't forget it, because things go in and out of my brain so fast. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
So then I just keep little bits and pieces, and then one day I'll sit and listen back to them, and I'll try and carry it on, build a song out of some of these just little random ideas. And I really, I'm increasingly busy, and not many people are getting rich off of the music business these days, but
no.
If it's in you, it's in you, you know?
Yeah. And you just, if you love to play music, and which you do, you obviously, so, it doesn't matter, whatever format you're doing it at, right? Whether you're recording or you're playing live somewhere, right? It doesn't matter as long as you're doing it, probably, right?
Yeah. I just love it. I've always done it all my life, and
so how many years have you been at it? Because I remember you back in the days with when you had Brian and the Liars too, right?
Yeah, I'd been in a lot of bands before that. I started in about, I guess, around 1965.
Yeah.
And I was too young to actually be working in the bars and that, so I'd have to wait in the kitchen or go for a walk on the breaks. And then finally, when I finally turned 21, old enough to get into these places I was working at, they changed the age limit to 19. So anyway, it's okay. It's not that I wanted to drink or anything. I just wanted to be able to,
hang out and play. Yeah.
I wanted to be able to sit down in the club instead of going on the break or waiting in the kitchen.
That's funny. And then, like you mentioning Tim Hersey, you played it with Tim too at one point too, didn't you?
Tim Hersey?
Yeah.
Yeah, we started putting a band together at one time, and I've just sort of done casual things with him off and on, but we've never really had an official official band. But man, you know what? Tim is so cool, man. He's such a great guitar player, and I just love the way he attacks that guitar, and he's just a really, really lovely person.
Yes, he is. He's such.
I'm always real happy to see him.
You know what? I feel the same way. He's such a nice guy, right?
Yeah.
I tell everybody I know. I said, if you meet Tim, he's you're meeting a really nice person. Like he's
yeah, and he's a riot. He's funny.
He's hilarious. Yeah. He's got a great sense of humor. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So and then I guess like all the people, like talking about Tim Hurst, there's a lot of people you know in, I guess, in the scene, right? Too, after all these years too, right?
Yeah, I know all the old guys anyway. And I've had a bunch of them over to the yard. I've had Tim Hurst, he's been over and played on my front yard with the band, and Al Foreman.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've had all kinds of guys. Special guests.
Yeah. You had Al, and you also had I'm sure you had Danny.
Danny Cassavan. We've had Paul Pagat. Who else? Steve Kozak.
Oh, cool.
There's been a whole lot of guys. I'd have to sit down and think about it. But they're all just old friends that just come over, and we just have so much. It's really fun. It's so casual.
Yeah, it looks like
casual. It's a lot of laughs, and the neighbors love it. The only complaint I get from the neighbors is, "When are you going to do it next?"
Yeah. Well, it's a great idea, right? I mean, like I like that when I saw you doing it, I just went like wow, this is really cool. Like, it's a really good idea, and because people love it, right? I mean, there's nothing better than doing that. I think it's a great idea.
Well, plus the neighbors all got to meet each other. They all, they're shaking hands like they live next door to each other, but they never got to hang out.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's really good. Then people bring bottles of wine and they put them on the boulevard, on the blankets out on the boulevard, and to listen to music. It's really fun.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. Great community. A great community thing you got going there. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's great. And they're dancing in the front yard. It's really fun.
So what's your plans coming up with the band? You got that gig at the house party coming up, and so when I was going to ask you, when you're writing and stuff, do you bring new tunes in to the band right away, or before you do the album? Sometimes do you bring new stuff in and just try it out?
No, I usually record them before the band learns the songs.
Yeah,
they're usually done by that time.
Yeah. So it's more. I think that probably makes it more tighter, because then they've got a good idea of where the tune's going, right?
Yeah. I just it just turns out that that's how it's happened, right?
Yeah.
So, but we're trying to get. I've applied for a lot of outdoor, like summer festivals and so on, for the coming up this year.
Mm-hmm.
The Harmony Arts Festival in West Van, North Shore Concert Series, Summer Concert Series, the Rogue Fest in Seychelles, Catalino Street Festival, Rocky Point, all those things. I got applications in for all that stuff, like rock. It should be, hopefully something will come up and we'll get a little bit, have something to look forward to musically.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Good. So that'll be good. It could be a really busy summer for you. That'll be a good thing.
Well, it'd be fun. Yeah. I just want to have some fun.
Yes.
And,
I don't blame you.
Show off for people, and yeah.
That's great. And so, like I said, your album's doing really good. I mean, obviously from the Reverb Nation, the reviews off that. So that must help you. In the sense that people are going to take notice of what you're doing, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It seems like some people are listening to it, and really, if somebody taps their foot to it, I'm happy. That's all I ask for. Tap your foot.
Tap your foot. You smile, and you got a smile on your face. You're doing all right, right? That's
right. Yeah.
That's then things are going well.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. So, I guess, like I said, you got some good shows coming up, and you're writing and you're playing, and your next show is at that house, right, coming up?
Yeah.
And when is that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Actually, it's really good, and it's just so much fun. And the crowd is like real music lovers. They're not going there to. It's not like a pickup bar or anything, like going to a club.
Yeah.
It's like for the tunes, and it's really nice.
That's great. Yeah. Good stuff. And that's coming up when? This weekend or next weekend?
Oh no, it's in. I don't have the date. It's coming up in 2 or 3 weeks, I think. Yeah.
Cool. Good stuff.
In the meantime, we're learning a bunch of new songs and that, and rehearsing here at my place every week. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Got the guys that are involved right now. Myself, Dean Warren on bass, Bill Abbott on saxophone, Kevin McBride on drums, and Pete Sweetser on keys.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
it's they're all great old players, and it's fun.
That's great. Well, it's great talking to you, Brian. I want to thank you for letting me find out what you're up to and stuff, and I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, anytime, my brother. Just call me anytime.
You got it. Thanks a lot, Brian.
Okay, take care.
Take care now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Well, that was Brian Holden, and check the Brian Holden project out when you get a chance. Great album, very danceable album. It really is. You can rock and roll and jive to that thing, no problem. And Brian's a great player. He's been playing a really long time. Great blues singer and great guitar player, Brian Holden. And you got to check Brian out. There's no doubt about it. He is excellent, and if you don't check him out at some place around the city, he'll probably be playing in his front yard in June and July, right through to the fall. And it's a great little thing. Check it out, Brian Holden. And if you haven't bought the CD yet, check out Reverb Nation and all that kind of stuff, and buy the album. This is Izzy Dakota Jones with the Art of Doing podcast for 2023, number 6. Yeah, thank